Number one, we want to simplify this, and so we see the division sign, so automatically we know that for the second one, we have to take the reciprocal. So I get 24 y to the negative 2 on top. Make sure when you move it, it still stays negative. And here on the bottom, I have 20 x to the negative 2. So now it's just a multiplication problem. And if we simplify the numbers, we can go through all that, but again, this is multiple choice, so at least you can start cross-canceling and you should get 3 over 8, because that's what the multiple choice has. So we'll just leave it at that. The thing we have to worry about is the variables. So I like to move all the negative exponents first before I deal with anything. So notice we have this is a negative exponent, this is a negative exponent, negative, negative. So let's move all of those first. So what I'm going to get here is the x moves to the bottom, and I get 48 x to the positive 5. Here I move the y to the top, and so on top I'm going to get 15 y to the positive 4. Notice the numbers are staying. It's the variables that move. And then same thing for the second fraction. We still have the 24 on top, but the x moves to the top, so I get to the positive 2 power. And then the y moves to the bottom with this 20. And so let's now simplify those variables. So as I said, I guess I'll put it on this next line. We have the 3 over 8, which is how these are going to simplify, which you can do by cross-canceling, for example, doing all that stuff. But what we really need is these exponents on the variables. So here I have x to the 5th on bottom, x squared on top, so we can subtract those. 5 minus 2 is 3, and so we have 3 x's left on the bottom. And since right here I have y to the 4th and y squared, we can subtract those since they're on opposite ends, one on top, one on bottom. And we're left with y squared in the numerator. And just from that, I can see my answer is going to be A, since it matches up y squared on top, x to the 3rd on bottom.